Minasan! Konnichiwa! Watashi no channel e yokoso. Hello and welcome to today's video. We are enjoying a gloriously sunny day in Shibuya once again. And today we're going to approach some foreigners to ask them about their experiences in Japan. I would like to ask people specifically about the difference between their expectation of Japan before they came and how it turned out in reality. So I want to know some stereotypes that they had of Japan and whether those were true, as well as any new details or information or experiences that they discovered whilst in Japan. So without further ado, ikimashou. Also, these stairs are quite cool, don't you think? All right. All right, guys, so could you tell me your names and where you're from?
Sarah.
When?
And we're from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. And what brings you to Japan?
It's just a stop on our honeymoon.
Yeah, this is our last day, so we're leaving today.
Yeah.
We leave today.
So what kind of things have you been doing whilst in Japan?
We're staying in the Cerulean Tower right here.
Okay.
So
Right next to Shibuya, which I think is a really good area to stay in. It's very cool, like just being able to walk right here. There's so much in this area.
It's like it feels very like New York over here.
Oh, okay.
The Japanese.
Like just very like big city, like hustle and bustle, like lots of people type of vibe.
So let's see. The first day we walked to Yoyogi Park.
Oh, nice.
Went to what's that district called? The Kawaii district.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Harajuku, right?
Harajuku.
Harajuku. Yeah. Went there. And then we had ramen.
And that one was like a more like low key. And then yesterday we went to Akihabara.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then we also went to
Fish market.
Fish market.
Tsukiji Fish Market, and then
We went to the museum, the Team Labs Museum. That was really cool. And then for dinner last night we did
Sukiyabashi Jiro.
Oh, sushi?
Yeah.
Wow.
that one was
Yeah.
really cool just because it's like we saw
Have you
there's a
heard of that?
documentary about it that we've seen like when we first started dating, so it's like really cool, just like full circle moment to be able to do that on our last night here. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. And then that's pretty much all the like
Yeah.
places we went.
That's pretty much it. We went and got McDonald's this morning because we try to go get McDonald's in every country that we visit.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it different here?
A little
no,
bit.
I didn't think
The
so.
breakfast wasn't.
The breakfast was the exact same, but we saw the lunch menu and it was like
Yeah.
some interesting things I wish we could have tried, but they weren't serving it yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see.
Yeah. Cool. What was your stereotype of Japan before you came here?
I've actually been here once, but it was like a 24-hour thing. So like, and I was by myself, so like I kind of had like a little bit of a taste of it, but not really like this much.
Well, for me, it's like my stereotypes are all good. Like very clean. It's insanely clean. It's the biggest city in the world, and it's like
And I can never find
no
a trash. I
yeah,
can
no
never
trash
find a
cans
trash
anywhere
can
and no
anywhere.
trash anywhere. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And then like the respectfulness of the culture is very real. Everyone very respectful. And then the fashion.
Oh
is
yeah,
insane.
we thought the fashion was really interesting. Like
Everyone walks
looks,
around like they're literally in a shoot.
like everyone looks like they're like walking on a like runway or something, and then I feel like all the styles like very like black and white. I think that another thing that I didn't realize is that like just how much everyone is into like anime and like the cartoon. I don't know, they're like everywhere.
No, yeah.
Like in little stores where you just buy little like stuffed animals.
I see.
Kawaii.
Yeah.
Kawaii culture.
Yeah, that culture is like very interesting just to see, because it's like for us we're like, why is everyone so into this? Like, why is everyone so into this? It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
So your ideas of what Japan was like before you came and now, are they similar, or have you found some completely new things, or see it in a new light?
I really enjoyed it. I think it's
Yeah.
like so cool, like just being in like a completely different like environment. It's so different, like whenever you go and look at signs, and like sometimes there's non-English, so you're just like I'm at a loss. Like I don't know what to do. I can't even decipher which sign is the same.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
mean, everyone is just so nice. Like, we did a conveyor belt sushi when we first got here, and there was a Japanese couple next to us who didn't speak English, because there was like sake bottles coming across, and we didn't know if it was sake or water because it was our first day here.
And it was.
And I was
there's
like,
no
"Excuse
English
me,
on it.
water or sake?" And he was like, "Oh, sake." I was like, "Okay, thank you."
And then they were like so helpful. They were like, "Oh, here we got you water."
They ordered us water and just gave it
other
to us.
customers.
Yes.
They just,
And they didn't speak
without
any
us
English.
asking, they didn't ask. They just gave us water because they figured we were thirsty.
Yeah, very nice people.
Yeah,
just
really
like
nice.
very respectful. I like
Yeah,
it.
it was great.
Yeah.
Just one last question. You said that you went for this like kaiten conveyor belt sushi.
Yeah.
And then you went to Jiro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you went like top scale and then what Japanese consider like quite cheap and cheerful. So
Really?
how could you compare those two levels?
Well, the Jiro is
Unreal.
Yeah, it was unreal. Like, you didn't really get to decide or choose what you got to eat. Like, they would just kind of set it in front of you and you had to eat it. And there were a few things that I was like not excited to eat because I was like, oh, I don't even know what this is.
you have to.
But you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then for the conveyor belt sushi, you obviously like can decide what you want to eat, which I don't know. As far as like upscale and like what's the difference? I don't know. I'm not like, I love sushi, but I don't feel like I eat like, I feel like American sushi is very different than here. Like here is like everything is raw, and like in America sometimes it's like you have cooked rolls with like all these crazy things on top, which people probably in Japan will go to a sushi place in America and think this is not sushi at all. Like this is like some weird form. But
I mean, the differences are subtle. You know, like a lot of the same preparation methods are used with both, but like the thing about Jiro is like one of the people who helped develop those methods. Like he's, you know, and so I think like the subtle differences are just like the freshness and the experience. Like the contrast was really extreme because Jiro was it was pretty serious. Like we like researched to make sure that we were ready, and even still, like, you know, it was like kind of, it could be intimidating, you know, and like I could see some people being a little disappointed with that. It's just like rapid fire, different sushi, but it was all incredible. Like the quality was absurd, which I think is obviously the main difference too.
yeah.
But I mean, they're both just like, I mean, I loved them both in their own different ways. Like for us, Jiro just was more than like a normal sushi meal because it's one of the first things we ever talked about, and now we're married in our last day of our honeymoon. So like literally the first day we started talking, like I told her, oh, you should watch this documentary, Jiro Dreamed of Sushi, because I had just seen it and she was bored. And so now here we are on the last day of our honeymoon.
And we got to go and actually experience it and meet him.
In person. It was literally surreal. It was crazy. So for us it's cooler, but like for some people they might, you know, enjoy the conveyor belt more than that. Like, you know,
price-wise, I'm sure they would too.
Price-wise, yeah.
Good. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Sounds amazing. Could you tell me what's your name and where you're from?
My name's Jack and I'm from Melbourne in Australia.
Lovely. Why are you in Japan?
I've heard good things from a lot of people that have been here before. So yeah, just wanted to do 2 weeks of having a look around and seeing the nice places.
Did you stay in Tokyo?
Yeah, I'm here for 5 nights. I just got here yesterday.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any stereotypes of what Japan might be like before you came here?
I'd heard like they're quite advanced and all the technology and things, the way they do things is pretty cool, and I think that's definitely true. Very clean and efficient in the way they do stuff as well. So yeah, I've noticed that since being here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many people are in Japan right now, just traveling, visiting. I've interviewed people on honeymoons and stuff.
Yeah.
Why do you think people are so attracted to Japan?
I think I like mentioned the reasons I mentioned before, but I think they've also got nice countryside, obviously Mount Fuji, skiing as well. I think their food's probably one of the best in the world.
Okay.
So yeah, a few different reasons, yeah.
Okay. But have you had a chance to try any of the food?
Yeah, heaps of the food. I've had a lot of ramen, sashimi, different udon noodles and things like that. So no, I really like the food here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best thing that you've eaten?
Probably ramen in Kyoto.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it was very good. Yeah.
Oh, so you've travelled around?
Yeah, I flew to Osaka last week. 3 nights in Osaka, 4 nights in Kyoto, and then I got here, and then I'll probably finish in Hiroshima before I fly back out of Osaka.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Do you have any other things that surprised you or first-time experiences whilst being in Japan?
They're really nice people. Like that really stands out. Like if you try and ask someone at a shop, or if you need a hand like finding something, they'll always go out their way to look for you or make a call or do something for you. So that's really nice. And yeah, obviously just the way like things work here, like everything runs so smoothly. No one jaywalks or anything. They just run by the rules, and it works really well. Yeah. It's pretty easy to travel. Like the trains are right on time. Everything's like if you miss a train or you miss getting a ticket for something, there's always another one, or there's always, they just work very well. So it makes it easy to travel. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
That's
you.
great.
Cheers.
Yeah. Okay, guys, could you tell me your names and where you're from, please?
Okay, my name is Camille. I'm from Paris.
And I'm Ruben from Tokyo.
From Tokyo, okay. Could you explain about like why you're here in Japan?
Yes, so I'm here for 2 weeks visiting several cities and just discovering the culture of Japan.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, is it your first time?
Yes.
Lovely. Okay. How about you?
And I'm in Tokyo since 4 years now, and also coming from France before.
Okay. Okay, lovely. Why do you live in Japan?
I've always been interested by Japan, the culture and everything. I did a university exchange program here too, a few years ago, and now my wife is Japanese and wanted to live here, so
Yeah, I
I
see.
stay in the country.
Wow, yeah, okay. What have you been doing and what is your plan for your time here?
We're gonna go to Kyoto, Nara, and Osaka.
Lovely.
So yeah, a
Amazing.
basic tour actually.
Yeah, but like perfect start.
Yeah.
Because we are friends, especially with her husband, since many years. So
Okay,
I'm
okay.
doing kind of a guide. And
I see.
So this morning we've been in Harajuku in Meiji Jingu. Now in Shibuya. Yesterday they've been in Odaiba and Akihabara
Okay, wow.
and Asakusa. So
Nice. Do you have any activities that you want to do, like wearing a kimono or eating sushi or something?
Well, yeah, actually I wanted to eat as many sushi as I could, but the fact is I got pregnant 3 months ago. So
Amazing. Wow.
and so I wanted to do Universal Studio and eating sushis, and now, you know,
Yeah.
it's not
change
gonna
of
happen.
plan.
Yeah, change of plan.
Oh, well, congratulations
Thank
anyway.
you.
Yeah.
But the food's been amazing
Yeah,
anyway,
okay.
so that's fine. I'm gonna manage.
Good. What are some of the things that you thought of when someone would say Japan? You know, like when you were in Paris and someone said Japan, you immediately thought of these things, or like stereotypes or anything. And are they true, these ideas of what Japan's like? Has it been true during your time here?
I'd say that the stereotypes would be like big cities, crowded. I'd say very modern, a lot of technologies,
Right.
these kind of things. And I would say that mostly it's been true so far.
You live here and you've lived here for 4 years. When you first came to Japan, did you see it differently to how you see it now?
I would say the difficulties of the procedure with the banks, with CTO, and like have to have the human jaw for everything, and so yeah, it was quite troublesome, especially in many countries like in France. Almost everything is done online now, and you don't have to go by yourself everywhere during the working hours. So you have to take a day off here in the office for doing all this administration stuff. So that was a bit different and disappointing.
Yeah. What's the highlight of your time here? Like, what's the thing that you're most looking forward to?
Well, tomorrow we might go to Mount Fuji. So I think that's really something I want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm actually very into nature when I travel, and Japan for me is like city. So I just really want to go out and see nature.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thank you both for your time. Yeah, and have a nice time. Yeah. Wow, it's so exciting you're pregnant. Okay, Mina-san, please let me know in the comments section below what you thought of today's interviews, the answers and the things that came up. Do share your feelings or your thoughts or even your questions to start a discussion in the comment section. Once again, arigatou gozaimashita. To ojikai made. Ja ne.